Welcome back everyone, thanks for tuning in to another video review. And right now I have the Guardians of the Galaxy 1/4 scale Little Groot made by Hot Toys Collectibles. I was really happy to finally see this guy going down in price on eBay and other websites. You know, when it first came out, it was running, I don't remember, I want to say $70-$80, and then recently I was able to find this guy for about $30, maybe 40 after shipping. So you know, I was really happy to finally see that. I was really excited when it first came out. You know, when you hear a 1/4 scale Groot, you don't really realize, or a baby Groot, you don't realize how small that really is, considering baby Groot isn't that big, you know, given we've seen him in the movie. But I was really happy that the price came down. I know I'm jumping in right away with the price and the scale and whatnot, but I don't think this is something that was really worth the retail or the initial price that Hot Toys that they set, or you know, retailers were setting. But if you can get this at a really great price, like what I got, around $30-$40, I highly recommend it. And it would go great with the other Guardians of the Galaxy collections or collectibles you have, or if you're just a fan of Groot like I am. I'm a huge fan of Groot. He is my favorite of the Guardians, so you know, I'd rather have a bunch of Groot figures than all the Guardians figures basically. But here we go, let's get into the review right now of the actual figure. Let's start out with the box before the piece itself. So the box itself is pretty small, you know, pretty simple as well. We see Guardians of the Galaxy at the top right here. We have a nice window box display where Groot will be sitting right in the middle, and at the top are the two areas for his interchangeable heads. At the bottom we just have Little Groot 1/4 scale collectible and the Hot Toys logo as well. The side we have a nice design on the edge. I'm not quite sure. I think it's supposed to be like the ship design, the Milano. I'm not too sure about that because it is the same color scheme. And again, the window going about more than halfway through. On the back we just have all the creator and licensing information, mostly in Japanese, I believe. But you know, I don't want to be too certain, but I'm sure that's what it is. We have the Hot Toys logo, Marvel, we have like a Facebook page, everything, the usual for Hot Toys, and the same thing on this side, and nothing going on at the bottom. So that is pretty much it for the packaging. I'm bringing this guy out here. And it does come with a instruction set to just tell you how much you can move it around. The arms, they tell you not to move it too much because after a while they do wear out, and you know, they can break if you bend them too much. But that's really as far as they do want to go and stay. Of course, I don't want to bend it too much. I kind of have one lower than the other. And the body doesn't move too much either. Actually, I don't think at all. I don't think this guy is supposed to move at all. So he's pretty much a mini statue for you collectibles or collectors out there. The head does move, you know, it's just on a ball joint, was it, I believe? Yeah, so you can move him pretty much any which way you want. He can look down, just not too much, just a little bit. He can look up quite a bit. You can have his head rotate all the way around if you wanted to. So you know, you can get some nice happy poses, and right now I do have his happy face, or you know, his laughing face, if you want to call it that. And it just looks so happy, like a cute little baby. I love having this piece in my collection. It brings that more joy to the collection, other than the joy you have seeing what you have in the collection. It's always great to have a little happy piece going on in the collection. So now looking at the interchangeable heads, this one is just a simple smiling head. Let me get that into focus with the light. There we go. You know, not much going on again. The overall head sculpt is pretty much the same. Let me just look at this one. Yeah, they all are all pretty much the same. Not much difference going on. And like I said, this one is just him smiling with the grin. And you can see the peg hole in the back and the back of the head as well. And then looking at the other face, I don't want to say this is a sad face, it's just more of a blank stare. I'm not too sure why this was even included. We never really see Baby Groot. Granted, we kind of saw him at the end of Guardians of the Galaxy, but he never really has the blank stare, you know, or the sad looking face, however you want to describe that. But, you know, just another option to have. Now taking a closer look again at the main piece, it is a pretty darkish brown, considering what Groot was just a more vibrant or brighter color brown with the tree, but it's very well painted. Not much going on as terms of the paint as well. The texture is pretty smooth throughout, not much going on either over there. And at a lot of the tips, like on the fingers and the branches sticking out and the top of his head, we do see a lot of green, or not too much green, but a lot of color variation to, dismay from the brown and the rest of the figure. Let me try to get that in the light. I'm kind of at the time of day here in California where the sun is just about to go down, so trying to get the best light there is. Hopefully I can adjust it on the computer, but hopefully you can all see the green here and there. Turning to the back, you see the continued branches throughout the body. And that was really cool too. They actually did sculpt it, so that's all the branches twisting and twirling around the body, and digging into growing into the ground and the gravel in the pot. And looking at that as well, it's a really nice design, nicely sculpted and painted. It's pretty much gravel, not really dirt. It would have been nice, I don't know, I guess the dirt itself would contradict, or blend too much with the branch itself, but maybe doing a black, almost like the manure or soil kind, would have been nice too, but then it would just make it pretty dark, so this is fine as well. And in the pot itself, it's like a darker beige with some speckles throughout it, and nothing much going on in there. And in the bottom, just the Hot Toys and trademark and whatnot. So like I said, this guy is pretty small. Let me get a ruler real quick to show you just how small he is. He stands at just about 5 inches tall. So 1/4 scale, I want to say the full scale is maybe 2 feet at the most, give or take. And just to do a size comparison, here is a Funko Pop Baby Groot. So he is just slightly taller than that. So if you do have any Pop or Funko Pops in your collection, or if you know the relative size of that, you'll know how tall the Hot Toys Baby Groot is as well. Yeah, so that's pretty much it for this review. Not much going on. It's very simple. Not much articulation to go on in this figure. Paint, it's pretty much simple as well. The brown throughout the whole body. And the green leaves and the green roots at the bottom. I forgot to point that out earlier. Still does not take away from the beautiful sculpt, beautiful design, and beautiful paint that Hot Toys has produced. Especially if you are a Guardians of the Galaxy and a Groot fan, I highly recommend this. And like I said earlier, if the price is an issue, which it was for me, just keep an eye on eBay and other retailers and you'll be sure to find one at a relatively cheaper price. So thank you everyone for watching, and stay tuned for the next video review.